Mark Rober, How to Escape Alcatraz with Basic Engineering.
This is Alcatraz.
Hold on, Chad. This map low-key looks familiar. Is this real life? Chad, no. I swear this is... Bro, that's White House from Call of Duty. That's... Gang. Is this the house where, like, it's 2 stories and there's mad loot? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's more inward. Yo, this looks like the Call of Duty map. Am I wrong?
The world's most famously secure prison. And today, I'm gonna try and escape. This does not feel good, but I'll be doing it in a very specific way by recreating the exact same actions these 3 daring prisoners took.
Chad, do we think they escaped, bro? I don't really think they
executed their year-long plan in what many consider to be the most ingenious prison escape in recorded history. So to pull this off, they gave me unrestricted access to the whole prison because our goal is to use modern technology along with our own engineering skills to determine once and for all whether these 3 escapees actually made it safely to land. Guys, we are no longer in a raft. Or if they vanished forever in the frigid, shark-riddled waters of the San Francisco Bay.
Oh, there were sharks too? We're gonna make it! Yeah, I don't think they made it, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
I cannot believe they would spend 23 hours a day in this tiny little cell. On June 11th, 1962 at 9:30 p.m., this exact jail cell would have seemed pretty unremarkable to any of the guards on duty and to all but 3 of the prisoners held here on the island. Because that's the night those 3 prisoners decided they were finally going to attempt their escape after nearly a year of meticulous planning and preparations. But in order to pull this off, starting right here in their cells, they would need to execute their elaborate 6-part escape plan flawlessly, eventually taking them up and out of the prison, down to the water, and across the bay to their freedom. And to pull this off would require countless strokes of genius. Like
is this like LA Waters? Where even is Alcatraz?
Bolts made from sculpted soap, or a homemade raft fashioned from prison-issued raincoats. But all 6 of those critical steps started right back here with the decoy, moments after lights out at 9:35 p.m. Since they weren't expected out of bed until roll call the next morning, they needed a way to not sound the alarms with empty beds when guards came by to perform head counts several times during the night. So they placed fake heads like these on their pillows that they had spent 2 months crafting out of soap, concrete dust, toothpaste, toilet paper,
Ain't no
and
way.
actual human hair.
I guess it's dark, so you're not really
how good the heads
paying
are, because I
attention.
feel like I'm in a jail cell with a sleeping man just out of the corner of my eye. Only thing that's missing is the snoring.
Now at this point, it's worth mentioning these weren't your average prisoners. Frank Morris had an IQ of 130, and he was the mastermind who planned everything. Then brothers John and Clarence Anglin, while not as smart as Frank, were resourceful and good with tools. All 3 had previously escaped from other prisons, so they were sent to Alcatraz because no one had successfully escaped in its 28-year history. So in order to assess and truly appreciate every aspect of their bootleg prison engineering.
Hold on. So you're telling me these guys were so good at escaping that they kept escaping just to be put here, just to have the challenge to escape and escaped? They one of one. They are one of one. I can't lie.
I need to recreate all the steps they took in their escape. So I assembled a prison break team of my own with Johnny Harris and Cleo Abram. Cleo would be the mastermind, and Johnny and I would be the slightly dumber pair of brothers.
Really, really good.
So we gathered up all the exact same materials they had at their disposal.
Never made a fake head before, but I think we can do it.
And began the first test.
I'm gonna start mixing.
Mixing what? When it comes to arts and crafts,
It's a good idea.
it's fair to say, I just need your face. This team lacked experience.
This is Mark Rober with his hat.
Despite all that, I think they turned out pretty good.
These are amazing.
Because it turned out all you really needed to do was bring in your most artistic friend, Brooke. Whose do you want to start with?
I will start with, oh God.
Brooke, save us.
Those are like globs of mess,
actually
bro.
put us on par with the original escapees, because they had their own resident artist in one of the brothers, Clarence Anglin, who also worked maintenance and painted as a hobby, so he provided the paint. His brother John, on the other hand, worked in the barbershop, so he provided
brothers
the
in there
actual
together?
human hair they used.
Hello.
Is that how you see me?
Here's Mark.
Oh my my God.
So with our picture-perfect facsimiles finished, we put our heads to the test with prison guard Bam,
Prisoner check.
who had been told all three of us remained asleep in our beds. And our outcome was significantly
Wait, no way they
different than theirs.
shine lights and still.
Told you, Johnny.
It almost worked.
Why are eyes so wide open like this?
Providing early evidence, these weren't your average prisoners.
All right, next test.
Now that their diversion was set, at 9:37 p.m., they grabbed some tools and crawled through a hole in their jail cell wall they had spent the previous 6 months secretly digging out.
So this is the actual hole they crawled through to escape. As
Bro,
you can see, it is not
That
very
is just
large.
determination.
Wow, this is a very tight squeeze.
Ow.
To give themselves a head start on digging, they
There's
decided to
no-
enlarge an
There's no way a human being is fitting through that,
already
bro.
existing air vent hole underneath each of their
What?
sinks. Since they obviously didn't have access to power tools, they had to get creative, primarily using stolen spoons from the cafeteria that they'd fashioned into picks by removing the round parts. So to gain a better appreciation for what this would actually take, it was time for my jailbreak crew to get to work on a replica prison cell we built in Crunch Labs using concrete that was similar to what they would have faced.
My fingers are starting to get tired, and it's literally
Wow,
2
you're
seconds.
so soft.
It quickly became clear why it would have taken them months
Prison breaking is hard.
to painstakingly scrape their way to a hole big enough to escape from.
Sorry.
Which begs the question, how do you cover up your digging progress so the guards don't discover it during their routine room inspection? So to answer that question, I headed to the prison archives to meet a good friend of mine, Adam Savage,
How you doing, Ned?
because he has a lot of
Adam
myth-busting
Savage.
knowledge
Why does
on
that sound
this topic.
familiar?
We didn't know that there were still pieces of the original.
Nah, he like that one movie director. Nah, chat. Y'all know who I'm talking about. This dude like that one movie director. Oh my gosh, he filmed Superman. Yo, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. He looks exactly like him. That's your twin. They can swap places. I want to be able to know. And Adam Savage, I feel like it's a name from The Flash. Oh no, I know who I'm thinking of. Chad, this is what I'm thinking. Oh, not Vandal Hearts, bro. This is what I'm thinking of. Vandal Savage. This dude, he's like that, bro. He's an immortal.
Thing until we called over here, and they're like, "Yeah, come on down. We can show them to you."
One of the first things he showed me was this. Basically, they created an incredibly realistic vent cover made from just cardboard, notebook covers, and soap, which they then painted prison green
use the
using
soap
spare
for
paint they
everything.
stole from a maintenance shed.
From a maker standpoint, this
I know they
is
smell
a
funky,
masterpiece.
because all their stuff going to
Yeah.
is breaking
Make
out.
this out of like homegrown materials you're scabbing from the prison shop, and to have looked this good like a concrete wall is incredible.
Back in prison, we were making some progress, but it wasn't exactly quiet work. Our three escapees faced the same issue and came up with a clever solution. Every night from 5:30 to 7 was music hour for all the inmates. So one of them would loudly play an accordion while one kept watch for guards with a makeshift periscope, and the third one scraped away. And this noise management system turned out to be pretty effective.
Oh my God, that's so loud. We're escaping from ALCATRAZ.
Don't say that out loud. Sorry, let's hope no. Sorry.
Our efforts were proving that digging through concrete with a headless spoon was very
that's
slow
gonna
work.
take-
And this
yeah.
must have been something Frank Morris, the mastermind, concluded as well, because he ended up getting his hands on an old vacuum used for maintenance, exactly like the model shown here. And then if you pop
How
off the
did
top
nobody
shell
realize
and then
it was
remove
going?
the fan assembly, you will find
We have a modified power drill, and that ought to speed things up a little bit.
all the inmates had power outlets
How
in their
did-
cells that allowed them
Nobody
to use
realized
things
that
like
was
electric
going?
shavers, or in this case, bootleg engineered power drills. So with the accordion once again masking the sound, they resorted
Oh
to
my
an
gosh.
improved method of drilling a series of holes
That
and then
dude-
using the spoons to remove the remaining
Bro, that dude is so smart, bro.
excess material between the holes. And as
Because
much
who would have known that's in a vacuum
as
cleaner,
this
bro?
did increase our output as well, it was clear this would still take weeks, and I wanted to get to the crawl
It was
through test.
faster.
So I raised the white flag and resorted to an air hammer, which they definitely didn't have at their disposal,
Oh my gosh.
until the hole was the exact same size as the holes in their cells.
Look at how much like concrete they would have had to remove from the premises, right?
You think they put it all in their pocket?
Put it out in the yard. Yeah, but this is the actual size.
Oh, that's from a movie. Oh, what movie is that? Shawshank Redemption.
Of the hole
Fire
they
movie.
escaped from.
Fire movie. Watch it with my dad, bro. Fire movie.
freedom.
So it turns out they were like 135 pounds.
These are tiny dudes.
I'm sorry. What? 135 pounds each of them?
They're
Gang.
tiny dudes. My head will fit through
Jeez.
here.
Pat goes first. Now I
Yeah, I
have
mean, that's
to make
the
it.
only
crap.
way you can fit through there.
No way.
Let's push him.
Oh, no,
Is if you're
no, there's no way
tiny.
this guy's getting through.
All that work.
Johnny mixed things up with the feet first approach.
Hey, don't get stuck, gang.
My head's so hot. I need the Vaseline.
Which meant it all came down to Cleo.
I can do it.
She should be able to fit.
She's doing it. She's
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's the side you had to be, bro.
Send help, Cleo! Cleo!
Bro, she's already gone.
Wow, okay.
Okay, well,
You want a game of tic-tac-toe, I guess?
okay. Back to our prisoners. With step 2 out of the way, at 9:48 p.m., they found themselves in sort of a secret passageway between the cells. But the problem was, they'd have to silently make their way to step 3 that was 4 stories above them. Here's the holes.
Hey, you gotta call wall to wall, back on
which
wall.
honestly is pretty spacious. But more importantly, they had to make it to the loft, and there's all these pipes that basically act as ladders that lead them all the way up to right.
What if one of them
Here.
just broke?
This is wild. This was the roof of the cell block, but when they got here that night, there was already a homemade life raft and life vests, homemade paddles, and makeshift flashlights waiting for them. And that's
What?
because this wasn't their first time up here. They had been sneaking up here for months, using the same decoy heads and fake vent covers,
I was about to say,
bringing
was a
up their
guard helping
hidden
them?
homemade tools every night as they fabricated their means for escape. And they knew about this spot because one of them was actually assigned to work up here for a couple hours during the day, painting the ceiling and doing general maintenance under the watchful eyes of the guards patrolling
Tommy
right
gun.
across the hall. So they devised a plan, and every day he would sweep dust down onto the polished floors below, and when the guards and other prisoners eventually complained about the mess, he proposed a simple solution, hanging up blankets in these locations to stop the dust from falling down, creating themselves a private little workshop in the process. So of course, once they hung out the blankets, that means they could work up here undetected for months, coming up every night, doing some work, crawling down
guards
in the
just
morning.
idiots?
Frank Morris.
Like,
A mastermind.
what?
Just
You
an
didn't-
absolute genius. And of course, it makes sense
You
then
ain't
why
hear
during the
like
day
nobody maybe like, you know, approaching that area through the pipes.
they
Just
work
didn't hear
as
none of it?
slowly as possible, taking months to not even finish painting the whole ceiling.
Oh, this is cool. So you could literally see how far he made it over just to buy themselves more time.
Frank worked in the library, which gave him access to reading materials like Popular Mechanics, where he learned some of the skills they used for designing their paddles and constructing the raft and life
Oh, a
preservers
homemade
made
life
from over
raft.
50 Army-issued raincoats they had borrowed or stole.
Wait, they might have gotten away. Chad, they
from
even
other
made a
inmates.
homemade
Bear in mind,
life
these weren't
raft.
exactly ideal working conditions. Any noise they make up here just echoes throughout the entire prison.
I mean, but back then there's more people in there and more things probably going on, so it probably didn't
Top
like.
of that, this is where the
Yeah, it
guards
probably
would
didn't affect
patrol
nobody.
back and forth.
With Thompson submachine guns, keeping an eye on all the prisoners. So it's wild that just 15 feet away, these guys were literally fabricating their means for escape.
And
I
now
mean,
that
shoot,
they
it's either
completed
spend the
step
rest of your
3 and were
day-
ready to head to
rest of
the
your
roof
life in
with all their
there, or
provisions, it was our turn to do
dip.
the same by building the actual rafts we would use to make our own escape.
So now we're
Wait, I just realized, are those pictures of their
To
raft
do this
and their homemade life vest? Gang, they might have made it out. Oh my gosh, they might have made it
same
out.
by building the actual rafts we would use to make our own escape.
So now we're up to the loft. We're out of our cells. But the next big step is how do you make it through these frigid, shark-infested waters?
What's cool is they had these Popular Mechanics magazines.
And inside was how to make a homemade life preserver if you need it.
No way.
Literally, your life preserver, how will it behave if you need it?
This is the one I feel like is the most nonsensical. It's such a refined construction of a life vest. I feel like this is them showing off.
This is absolutely them showing off. It's like get a piece of foam and like a milk jug. You know, it's doing the same thing. Is this a raft?
Our theory was that they made 4 tubes and then realized we don't need the second short one because we can just make it a long triangle.
These tubes are something like 14 feet?
Yeah.
That's a yacht. Now, those instructions were applicable for the typical material you find in a rain jacket. So these guys collected like 56 of them. They made life preservers in a raft, which we are about to do.
These are some smart dudes.
MacGyver on steroids. Here we go.
We found a roll of rubberized canvas that matched the material of the prison issue rain jackets and then cut them into rain jacket size strips.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's satisfying.
Satisfying flow. Wow. Oh, that was so unsatisfying.
And then we use period-accurate rubber cement to glue the segments together with 2.5-inch seams.
Our life depends on these seams. If one of these even
Okay.
has a little leak, oh,
My applicator already broke. Are there more applicator?
And then fully seal the
Chat,
deal
like, what if those guys
with
messed
some
up?
hammer time.
They did everything perfectly.
And if this seems insanely loud, don't worry.
I'm gonna cover it up.
We brought the Accord.
Guys will have no idea what we're doing.
And with that, we rolled it onto itself, then sealed the ends, which led to the final test, seeing if we could inflate it using the same secret weapon the escapees had.
Oh, yes.
They took an accordion and actually used it as an air pump. Yeah.
There you go.
It's pretty strong. See? Okay.
The fate of our survival rests on this moment. This is an actual raft we will be using to cross the shark-infested Alcatraz waters. Here we go.
Oh my God, it's working. It's working. Keep going.
And over the course of about 37 squeaky pumps, we had a fully inflated raft.
The
Wait,
accordion is
and
the
then they
unsung
use the
hero, or I guess
accordion
it's-
Little bit
as a
sung.
pump?
But the all-important
Oh my
question was,
gosh. These guys are geniuses. Bro, Albert Einstein got nothing on them. Who's that one dude? No. Wait, listen. That one scientist that said an object in motion or object at rest stays at rest. Whoever that was, idiot. That's like basic, and people crown him as a genius. Oh my gosh. An object not moving, is it gonna move? An apple that falls from a tree is gonna actually fall? Groundbreaking information. No, you're
listen
an
for a
idiot.
leak. Is it fully airtight?
Nothing.
Cleo's overjoyed response made it clear that if we just repeated that exact same thing 2 more times, we'd have a fully functioning raft.
Next for the inmates was making it onto the roof. But before they do that, it's worth looking at their tools and appreciating that while they didn't have college degrees, they certainly thought like engineers because they were resilient problem solvers. And to me, this is what it means to think like an engineer. And this is such an important skill to develop for life. It's written right on the side of every Crunch Labs build box that gets delivered to your door every month, where we build a really fun toy together and then
Oh,
learn
wow,
all of the
WAD.
video, like
I'ma skip
dance,
though.
Wait, 2 grade with our head to the roof, 10:45 p.m. They were now at step 4 of their escape plan, ready to head to the roof through this vent.
This right here is the vent they did it through.
And they had previously sawed through the bolt that held the vent shut and then replaced it with a fake bolt made of soap they had painted to look real. They'd also previously bent away a restriction bar
No
intended
way,
to keep a
bro.
human
How
from
much,
fitting
like-
through the ventilation pipe using an ingenious
that with
homemade
soap,
bar
bro.
spreader consisting of 2 opposite threaded bolts with a threaded turnbuckle in the middle. So when they tightened the turnbuckle with their homemade wrench, the 2 bolt heads would slowly deform the restriction bar until there was room enough to slip through.
So they busted through, pushed up the metal vent, pushed out their rafts, and crawled to the roof and to potential freedom.
We know the exact time they got on the roof because a guard and several inmates reported hearing a loud bang.
If you had to push this thing over, it landed on the roof, that's gonna make a lot of noise. That's loud. You could just imagine, they've made it up on the roof. They've got their rafts, they're running to the edge. They've got the city of San Francisco
used to be on the
behind
roof
them,
of Call of
Golden
Duty.
Gate Bridge to their left. And they
Killing
know
folks,
they are mere
sniping folks.
hours away from drowning in these frigid waters or total freedom. It's one or the other. So they came here to the edge of the roof.
Then climbed down
Wasn't
the
the
water,
water,
pipe,
like,
made their way
cold
along the
too, though?
exercise
I
yard,
heard,
down
like, the
by the
water was,
water
like-
tower, and around the power station. Now, what's
hypothermia
truly
type
remarkable
cold.
about that route is they'd have to scale 2 separate 12-foot barbed wire fences with all their gear in tow while going undetected by the armed guards on the search towers, who were ordered to shoot on sight any prisoner attempting to escape.
The final part of the escape, conveniently, where you can't be seen by the guard tower, they made their way down this embankment and entered the water right here.
Now, this beach wasn't the easiest spot for them to access, but Mastermind Frank chose it specifically because it was in a blind spot for all the guard tower searchlights. So now that they were down by the water's edge, they inflated the rafts using the modified accordion they turned into an air pump and set off to Angel Island. So to get a sense of whether this would even be remotely possible in a
they
homemade
finna
raft,
do it?
we launched our own homemade raft from a beach
Oh
location
my
that was very
gosh.
similar to theirs.
Go, 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 go. Careful, careful. I don't want you to break it. This is it, guys. This has to
Come
work.
on, tell me if this
Time to
actually
start
works,
making the
man.
music. Get in there.
I'll hold you, pump.
Johnny, why don't you start filling one of the others with your mouth?
Okay.
Can you imagine being here on the beach? Being like the guards might come at any moment.
Blow harder, Johnny.
Trying, Johnny.
This is not
Come on,
easy.
Johnny boy.
Tastes like glue.
Oh no, I didn't prepare for this. Let's get these on. Watch your eye. Oh shoot, I just broke. Oh, it still works.
Oh, what if that happened to them, bro?
Guys, I'm almost full. This one's full. No way this lasts. This is the first thing I'm ditching. All right, we gotta get in the water. Let's get in the water. Oh, go, 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 go. Get in there. Oh, all right, Cleo, get in, Cleo. Careful on those seams.
It's floating.
Oh my gosh, it's actually holding though.
We're free. We're free.
Now you just gotta make it.
Now you'll notice it's not exactly dark, even though we know they launched after lights out in the evening. That's because we ran some tests of our own by strapping 20 GPS devices in waterproof containers to some driftwood, and then we threw them in the water near their launch spot at various times in the tide cycle, and then we tracked where they ended up. And this experiment yielded some very unexpected results.
Whoa, we're looking at some movement here. Wait, this is not what I was expecting to see. We're trying to go over here? Not now.
Because of the strong current the driftwood
Where'd
logs
they
got
go?
caught up in, none of them even came close to making it to their intended destination, Angel Island, either as the
Oh.
current came in on high tide or went out on low tide. In fact, of all the
Oh.
logs we threw in, only a few ever made it to land during an ideal 30-minute tidal window at a location.
Well, is this like? Well, I guess the boats were found on Angel Island. I guess that's where they said they went. But just think about it here. What if they went over here, left the boat in the water, went back out here, and the tide washed up over here? Think about it.
Right about here next to the Golden Gate Bridge. And this is something Frank probably knew as well by observing debris in the water moving with the tides.
All right, gang. Frank is smart and all, but he don't know everything, gang. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He know that, bro. He can't see. It's dark. He can't see the tides of the waves, bro. Like, come on, keep it a buck.
Meaning all their rumored plans for heading to Angel Island were just diversions, and their real plan was to land here all along.
Where was
to
the boat
maximize our chance
found?
of a successful escape, we had entered the water at the same perfect 30-minute tidal window based on the tides for our day.
Hard paddling to freedom, folks. The tide is just pulling us. Let's go. We're moving so fast, man. Guys, this is epic. Look at this. Look at this. Let's go. Down to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Chat, I think they should just destroy ALCATRAZ
This
for
is
real.
beautiful. We're free. Oh my God. Wow, this is amazing.
Johnny,
Battle. Sorry.
We were feeling optimistic, but once we got about a quarter of the way to the bridge, the waves drastically increased in size.
All these waves are real.
Bro, they're actually doing this, bro. The dedication.
Oh.
I was getting queasy fast, so I ditched the paddle and adopted a new strategy.
Okay, at this point, you live and die by the current. Paddling is just totally futile. It's just about surviving and like floating our way in the current.
A large portion of my body is underwater right now.
I'm just
Oh,
like
he's sinking.
in this thing. I cannot move. We're basically sitting in just a massive life preserver.
like the world's most dangerous waterbed.
With like sharks swimming around you.
And this was a legitimate concern. Here's an actual clip right off the shore of Alcatraz of a great white
Oh,
shark
wow.
hunting a seal. In fact, when I was scouting out the location the inmates launched their raft, I saw another seal right off the shore.
You know these seals?
Sharks. To make matters worse, I knew in this area great whites hunted primarily at dawn and dusk.
And y'all still went. Is there no?
appreciation for what?
Who's filming? Cameraman, are you swimming? Yo, shout out to the cameramans, bro. The cameramans are the most dedicated people on earth. All right, this dude is literally swimming by himself to record Mark.
And how they did this.
Why
How do you
literally,
think they were
bro?
feeling
W
if they
cameraman,
got
bro.
this far?
Victorious.
This is a win already,
Yeah.
but not home free yet.
W cameraman, dude.
Oh my goodness! These are 6-footers!
He's a white cap.
Literal white.
Oh my God. Oh, we're almost capsized.
It is tumultuous on the open sea.
And despite the rough waters, our great escape was going pretty well, right up until the raft started deflating.
We're definitely losing air!
Yeah, I don't know if they made it,
Put a
chat.
little bit of pressure on it, air comes rushing out.
Look, bro, Mark and them, they were using probably better material than they had. I don't think they made it, bro. I'll be honest, bro. It's not looking
right
like it.
here, making sure it doesn't leak.
And I'm holding this one on this side.
And since our trusty accordion pump was back on shore, we had to get creative.
Get some air back in there, please, folks. Our survival depends on it.
And to make matters worse,
Water everywhere in here.
This is more of a bathtub,
Dude, we are up to our waist in
God.
water.
The waves are just so high.
I know the mics
water's
are
freezing
cooked.
cold.
But Alcatraz is fading into the distance. And the Golden Gate Bridge is coming closer.
Wait, they're
And
actually
this was
close.
good news, because even if Johnny made it, it was looking more and more likely his dinner wouldn't.
I'm nauseous.
You better be paddling.
Oh God, I might vomit. Sorry.
Is he getting sick?
Okay.
That seasickness is no joke, bro. I've been seasick myself, bro. It's not it.
I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. Oh, I'm so nauseous. This is for freedom.
For freedom!
Go, Cleo.
For liberty! We're thinking so much faster when our paddling.
Well, you know what? We've got harder. And if you've got
Come on, you
harder,
can make it.
you got freedom.
That's not actually true.
We are really putting on a lot of water.
That is actually true.
We can do this, guys. We can do this. Guys, the bridge is right there. The bridge is right there. I see the bridge. ALCATRAZ
It's
is fading
close.
with every minute. Guys, we are no longer in a raft. This is the ocean.
We are going down that, Johnny?
I'm up to my sternum now. I'm like mostly underwater.
Yo, they're cooked.
Stay with us.
Chat, they're cooked, bro.
Johnny looked like he had a plan to fix our sinking situation, but it turns out he was thinking more about content than survival. Which makes this a good time to mention, no matter what happens here, you should know they both have incredible YouTube channels. Like Cleo just uploaded a video about what we could actually do if a giant asteroid were headed towards Earth.
An asteroid impact is worse than you might think.
And Johnny just uploaded a video about the infamous El Chapo prison escape in Mexico.
This place was considered inescapable, but even still, he had escaped through one of his tunnels.
Hey, I might check out their YouTube, bro. I ain't gonna lie, they seem kind of.
And now it's up to
I might have to hit that
the
up.
final push to freedom.
Big push. Go, big push.
Which would have been much easier without my prison-issued footwear.
Oh my God. Come on. We're there.
They actually
We're free.
made it,
Oh
bro.
my God. Land, land.
Oh my God!
Chad, the cameraman beat him there. Hey, the cameraman beat him there. I'm trying to tell y'all, these cameramen are elite. The cameraman swam by himself. No raft, no life gear. Holding the camera up on Mark the whole time. Then beat him to the island. Oh my gosh. Elite, bro.
ALCATRAZ. Oh.
Elite.
We're free. Oh my God, I'm so tired right now.
That's one of the hardest things I've ever done my whole life.
Yeah.
So after
Chad, what do you think they do when they got there? Like, you think they like rested? Or you just had to keep going? Probably take off your clothes. Clothes gonna make you heavy. Took off the clothes, at least your shirt.
For all that, the question that remains is, did they survive that final step? Now, what we know for sure is the FBI recovered evidence of their escape, like paddles and
Wow.
life jackets, in these 4 locations. But what we also know
Oh,
is on any
sporadic?
given night, there's only a 30-minute window where the high tide current will take you from ALCATRAZ safely to land. And any attempt outside that time frame basically means certain death from hypothermia or drowning. And thanks to a lot of modern science, we of course knew exactly when that 30-minute window was for our escape. And so after checking the historic tide records on the exact night of their escape, for them, that vital window would be between 11:30 and midnight. And according to the FBI records, ingenious Frank Morris, with access to none of the data we had, pushed off right in that sweet spot at 11:40 p.m. Now, even with all that, realistically, I
No
still put
way
their
he
odds
got. No way he got that lucky. No
less
way.
than a
This
50.
Chad, this dude might be the luckiest dude of all time. You escape from Alcatraz in the window, and you do all that preparation. Don't get caught. Smooth. You get outside. You know what I'm saying. You find a sweet spot where no guards can see you, and then you set sail at the perfect time where tide can carry you to land. Chad, this is either a fake story, or bro, because this seemed like a movie story game. This don't just happen, bro.
50%
Like,
chance of surviving the
oh
final
my
step.
gosh.
But if anyone was gonna beat those odds, it would be the serial escape artist, genius IQ, bona fide bootleg prison engineer, Frank Morris.
This year, if you want to strengthen
Hey, bro, shout out Mark, bro. That was a very entertaining vid. Can't believe they actually thugged it out. They really thugged that out. Hey, YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, pull up to Twitch. I'm out of here.